Hey folks, welcome to Burl Sports. We'll get started here in just a minute after I make sure the stream's coming through all right. Feel free to interact in the chat. Looking good on YouTube. As well as Facebook. So, good deal. Appreciate those of you who bought in. Hey Brent, good to see you. All right, so without any further ado, we'll just jump in, do a quick rundown of how the breaks work here at Burl Sports, and then we'll hop into it. So we've got two breaks for you today. First up is a 1964 Topps complete set group break. Then we got a 1941 Play Ball complete set group break. So a couple of cool vintage sets. If you've never broken before with us, every spot gets a card in my breaks. So if you bought 4 spots, you'll get 4 cards. The limit on the 64 was 15. So if you bought 15 spots, you'll get 15 cards. So however many spots you bought, that's how many times your name is in this list. So we'll take this list, put it into random.org's list randomizer. Hey, Jason. And then we will randomize that list a predetermined number of times. We'll take that randomized list of names, paste it right next to our checklist. We will not random the checklist. And so whoever's name comes out of the randomizer in the end in spot number 1 gets the NL ERA leaders. Whoever comes out in spot number 50 gets Mickey Mantle, and so on. Now, what we won't do is we won't read through all the hits. What's up, Barton? Good to see you in the chat, man. Um, what we will, or sorry, we won't read through all the cards. What we will do is we will read through all the hits. So I've pulled out a stack of a few dozen hits that we'll look at, and then we'll show those live on the broadcast, see who got those. And then after the broadcast is over, I'll post the full list sorted by participant so you can go see exactly which stars and commons you got. Then we'll hop over and do the same thing with the 41 play ball. Now the caveat with the 41 play ball is I'll roll a little slower through that list so everybody will be able to see live on the broadcast since there are only 72 of those. I won't read it all, but I will show about a dozen or so of the biggest hits, and so should be good fun there. Now we'll get started here. So give me, let's see, I need numbers in the chat between or including 5 to 8. Between or including 5 to 8. The third number in the chat will be how many times we randomize the 64 set. And then the fourth number in the chat will be how many times we randomize the list for the 41 play ball. All right, thanks, Barton. Brent? So between or including 5 and 8. If I get a couple more numbers, we'll be good to go here. Of course, congrats to our free spot winners. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, get in on those free spot giveaways. Scott Kozlowski won the free spot in the 64 break. If I could get one more number in the chat for that 41 break, I'd appreciate that. Kevin, and a long series of numerals on Twitter, won the free spot in the 41 break. All right, hey, appreciate it, Kevin. All right. So there we go. So 6 and 5. So we'll randomize the 64 set list of names 6 times, then the 41 5 times. So up first is the 64. So 587 cards in this break. Let's see, slide that a little. All right, so we do use random.org's list randomizer for all our randomization purposes. Also, thanks to everybody for hopping on at an earlier time spot today. Got Super Bowl plans with some friends, so wanted to knock this one out earlier today. All right, so we've got our list here. Move this over just a little more. All right. Good luck, everybody. 6 randoms coming up. So here is 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. 5. And 6. All right, we got Edwin on top and Brad on bottom. Again, we'll paste that right next to this checklist. Make that a little larger. All right. So you can see there Edwin on top. First, we'll look at a couple of these leader cards, number 8 and number 9. So 8 is your AL batting leaders, and that goes to Jason Shepard. So AL got Yaz, Kaline, and Mr. Rich Rollins. Then your NL home run leaders goes to Jeffrey Kearns, Aaron, McCovey, Mays, Cepeda. And then your NL RBI leaders is number 11. Goes to Joe Mordini with Mr. Hank Aaron, Ken Boyer leading the way. Yogi Berra goes to Gerard. And as you'll notice as we scroll through, I don't even show every Hall of Famer just because there's a bunch of them. Some other hits as well that we won't show, so make sure you go through the list to see exactly which cards you hit, because lots of cards throughout this set are worth the price of admission. Lou Brock's 29 goes to Michael Lane. Ed Matthews is 35. Goes to Daniel Brickner. Now this 64 set, only one graded card, and that's the Mickey Mantle. So it's an SGC 3. Card number 50. Goes to Alan Keyes. So nice hit there, Alan. Bringing home that 64 Mantle for your collection. Congrats. Ernie Banks, card number 55. Goes to Joseph Cerullo. Nellie Fox, Harmon, Killebrew, All-Star Vets. They're all the way up at number 81. Goes to Dina Connolly. Course 64, the Cardinals won the World Series. Here's your Cardinals team card going to Brad Cass. The ever-popular Pete Rose, Rookie Cup card. Second year card, but first solo card. He's 125. Goes to Larry Brooks. Of course, the World Series subset in the 64 set commemorates the previous season. Probably one of the best World Series cards out there is this Koufax mid-stride, striking out 15. Goes to Barton Durham. One of my absolute favorite cards. And then the Dodgers celebrate. Dodgers were your champs, 63. That is 140. Goes to Brent Combs. Willie Mays is 150. Goes to Jeff Dimaggio. Duke Snyder goes to Ronnie Drake. Ken Boyer won your NL MVP. Goes to Brad Cass. Brad, didn't you get the Cardinals team card? That's kind of funny. So you get Cardinals MVP, you get the Cardinals team card. Now, if you hit the Bob Gibson, who won the World Series MVP, that would be like a cool Cardinal trifecta. Killebrew goes to Jeffrey Kearns. Koufax here is at 200. And if you are just tuning in, we started with 64 break, and we'll hop over to the 41 play ball as soon as we're done with this one. Gerard gets Sandy. Nice hit, Gerard. Yaz goes to Zach Thiel. Then we got Roger Maris at 225. Goes to Alan Keyes. Then we've got Brooks Robinson, who was your AL MVP. Card number 230. Goes to Larry Brooks. So I think that's 3 different people. We've said your name twice. So some of you coming up big. Of course, that happens more often when we've got the ability to buy multiple spots, like in 64. Al Kaline, 250. Goes to Ronnie Drake. $260. Frank Robinson. Goes to Greg Ritzer. Hank Aaron is card number 300. Goes to Michael Orzechowski. Also, if you are just tuning in and you never broken with us before, go back, check out the beginning of the broadcast once it's over, and get a rundown of how we do things with the random and which cards we show hits of and whatnot. Giants Gunners, this is actually one of the worst condition cards in this set. You can see pretty severe crease there, which is uncommon in this particular set. There are a few creases, but they're not usually that dominant. Okay, there's our focus. But few cool multiplayer cards. Giant Gunners is one of them, with Mays and Cepeda going to Fred Anderson. Your AL Bombers is another cool one. Maris, Cash, Mantle, Kaline. There's 331. Goes to Anthony Mastaloni. Stargell, 342. Goes to Joe Mordini. Then McCovey coming in at 350. Goes to Michael Ott. Ron Santo is 375. Goes to David Doyle. Whitey Ford goes to James Patton. Cepedas, 390. Goes to Barton Durham. Then Warren Spahn here is card number 400. Goes to Joe Mordini. Tops in the NL, Aaron and Mays. It's 423. Goes to Steve Hathaway. I mentioned earlier, Cardinals won the World Series. Well, they defeated the Yankees. Yankees team card is 433. Goes to John Farstvelt. Roberto Clemente. It's card number 440. Goes to James Hopp. So Bob Gibson, mentioned earlier, was the World Series MVP and for the Cardinals in '64. Gibson here is 460. Goes to David Mammal. Minoso, 538. So jumping up a decent ways here into the high numbers. Minoso goes to Barton Durham. Minoso recently elected to the Hall of Fame. We've got Luis Aparicio. Goes to Michael Lane. Got Necro Rookie Stars. He's 541 here. For the Braves, going to Brent Combs. Just a couple cards left to look at. We've got the Ken Hubbs in Memoriam. Goes to Sean Duffy. And then Mazeroski. Goes to Jeffrey Cairns. And then you can see there, wrapping up the break, Brad Cass on bottom. So that will do it for the 64 break. Appreciate those of you who bought into that one. Now I will rearrange a couple things here. We'll get started on that 41 filet ball. All right. There we go. So, 1941 play ball, same song and dance. We picked, let's see, Kevin had 5 randoms for us on this list earlier. So that's how many we'll do. So 72 cards in the break. We sold 71, gave one away. And we had a limit of 1 spot per person. That did not include the giveaway, so I don't really know who Kevin is on Twitter at this point, but I'm sure I'll find out. But those giveaways don't count against your total spot allocation. All right. I'm getting a new random window open. All right. Good luck, everybody. Again, we'll randomize this list 5 times. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we got Jared on top, John on bottom. Paste that right next to our checklist. Make this a little smaller. so we don't see too much at once. All right, Eddie Miller. Card number 1 goes to Jared Houston. So your 41 play ball set, first colorized baseball set that Gum Inc. did. Kind of a pastel feel to it. Duke, Derringer. Spot number 4 goes to Kyle Rumsey. Now I will go a little slow so we can see what everybody hits, but I won't be reading every spot in the break. Carl Hubble goes to Greg Edelman. Mel Ott goes to Caleb Ewan. Floyd Archie Vaughn, card number 10, goes to Barry Wildison. First graded card in the break we'll look at, there are 3 graded cards in this set, is the Jimmy Fox, which is card number 13. PSA 1 here on the Fox goes to David Harris. Then Ted Williams, who batted over 400 in 1941. He's coming in at card number 14. .6'3", 175. The Splendid Splinter himself. PSA 1 example, card number 14 goes to Craig Zimprich. Nice hit, Craig. Solid Hall of Famer to add to the collection. Joe Cronin, 15. Goes to Kyle CA. Hank of Greenberg, number 18. Goes to Patrick Kennedy. So you can see free spot coming in for you, Kevin. I did forget to go look for the free spot in the 64 break, so I'll do that here in a minute. But there's Greenberg. Charlie Gehringer, number 19. Oh, no. Let's see. Yeah, Gehringer. 19. Goes to Michael Orzechowski. Then red roughing goes to John Dobe. And then we're actually going to jump a good ways before we get to the next hit we're looking at. So, a little reminder about the time period as we scroll through some of these, just so you can see who hit what. But 1941, of course, was just before the U.S. enters World War II, and factories like Gum Incorporated's factory were repurposed to support the war effort. So we don't get very many cards in the 40s. So Gum Inc. doesn't produce cards after 41 under the Play Ball name. So really, we don't get back to big time card sets until uh, 48 Bowman's release. You have some more regional issues that pop up with Bond Bread as promotional set. You've got the exhibits that were available for a number of years as well, but major pack issued nationally distributed set is goes by the wayside for a number of years. So it's interesting little piece of history that's missing from the baseball card record. So Dolph Camilli, he was your NL MVP in 1941. Goes to Roy Grossbeck. Dolph had a monster season. Over 30 home runs, which in the day is a big deal. Had I think he was NL RBI leader as well, but fantastic season, and the Dodgers made it all the way to the World Series. Speaking of Dodgers, young man by the name of Pee Wee Reese goes to Bradley O'Connor. So this is Reese's rookie card. Of course, key piece of that Dodger team through a lot of their dominance. Well, dominance isn't the right word. Through some fantastic seasons, we'll say it that way. Let's see. We got Vandermeer goes to Jeffrey Gahn. Vandy Vandermeer, if I'm not mistaken, is the only player to throw back-to-back perfect games. This is a rookie card for him. Chuck Klein, number 60, goes to Mark Stemmerman. Another cool thing about the 41 play ball set is that it's the, well, okay, maybe it's the only set I know of that has all three Dimaggio brothers in it. I almost said it's the only set, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's the only set I can think of that's got all three Dimaggio brothers. So you've got Vince here at card number 61. Goes to Ming Yun Yun. Then we've got Dom Dimaggio. Looks a little bit more like an accountant than a ball player, but, Dom goes to Charlie Bailey. Of course, we'll get to Joe here shortly, but Bobby Doerr goes to Logan Bird. Card number 64. So just 3 hits left to look at. Bill Dickey, it's card number 70. I mentioned earlier that the Dodgers made it to the World Series. They lost to the Yankees. Dickey, big part of that. Goes to Matthew Piscatella. Nice hit there, Matthew. Then we've got Joe DiMaggio. PSA 2 example here on the DiMaggio. Of course, DiMaggio's big 56-game hit streak was in 1941. Just a gorgeous card. Fantastic piece of history. Card number 71 in the set goes to David Engdahl. So great hit, David. Congrats on the big card. And then last card in the set is another Yankee, Lefty Gomez. Goes to John Farstvelt. Lefty, fantastic. Fantastic pitcher. All right. Well, that will do it for the breaks for this weekend. So appreciate everybody buying in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Up next week, we've got a 65 top set. I'll probably add in a little small break to go alongside it. I haven't decided exactly what that'll be yet, but got a couple of 70s basketball sets that I've picked up lately. Maybe we'll do one of those. But appreciate every one of you. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy watching the last football game of the season tonight, and may your teams win. But this is Burl signing off.